reading, we are going to talk about how you can read metaphorically, which means you're going to consider the dragons that characters face. We're going to go back to our story from yesterday, The Paper Bag Princess, and we're going to talk about how characters face different kinds of dragons. Sometimes they are real dragons, like here. She was facing a real dragon in the beginning of the story, but at the end she was also facing a metaphorical dragon, which was Prince Ronald. He was a dragon because he wasn't being nice. He wasn't what she expected of him. All he wanted was for her to look pretty and act a certain way. So Elizabeth, I think that's her name, she faced two different types of dragons. She faced the real dragon, and she faced a metaphorical dragon, so someone who was acting like a dragon. If we talk about the Thief of Always and Harvey, we can talk about some problems or big challenges he faces. One thing that he faces is that he has a hard time fitting in. So we could say Harvey's dragon is trying to fit in because he has a lot of questions and he's not supposed to ask questions. Okay, another person that could be a dragon would be Rictus. Rictus could be a dragon or a problem that Harvey faces because Rictus knows that Harvey asks a lot of questions. And he always reminded him in the beginning that he wasn't supposed to ask any questions. Could be a problem in the future. Another character that could be a dragon could be Mr. Hood. We don't know a lot about him, but we know he's mysterious. He's in charge of changing these seasons. So Mr. Hood could be a dragon. He could be the one in charge of that weird phone call that they had when Harvey called his parents. Also, many of you have talked about time, how he's there. One day is a full year. Time could possibly be. Remember, we're not real dragons, but just big problems or big challenges that your character faces. So today, in book clubs, you can write down, make sure that when you put your title of your book, it is always underlined. You have to consider the dragons your character faces. Write down your characters, your main character, even your supporting characters, and what problems or big challenges have you seen so far or will you see in the future. Here are some examples of other students. They wrote down the characters from Narnia, the book that they were reading, and we have Lucy, Susan, Edmund, and Peter, and they just wrote down a list of dragons or problems that each character faces. They even drew a dragon, and then this person just listed it, kind of like we did before, talking about how Percy's quest, because he gets a lot of monsters, Percy's mom is a problem, and then they also used a transition word, another dragon. Pictures are fine as long as you have writing. So if you notice, this student has a couple of pictures, but look at all of the writing they also have. So if your writing in your notebook only has pictures and a sentence or two, that's when pictures are not okay. All right, so what you need to do is meet with your book clubs, find your books, and get started right away. Yesterday we did it in 6 minutes, which was a very long time. I would expect today that you could probably do it in 4. Good luck.